You ever have one of those mornings where everything just feels a little too perfect, like life's setting you up for a punchline? Yeah, that was me, standing in my kitchen, sunlight pouring in, coffee in hand, staring out at my driveway where my Tesla was practically sparkling. You know the vibe, quiet neighborhood, birds going nuts, air so still you can hear your own heartbeat. I was thinking I might actually have a peaceful day, and then, crack. Not some little twig snapping. No, this was sharp, quick, like somebody firing a warning shot. I froze, coffee halfway to my lips. Brain not quite sure if it wanted to run outside or just hide. And then, like the universe was giving me a nudge, there was this metallic scream, glass and metal having it out. I sprinted to the driveway. And, well, you ever get that drop in your gut when you already know it's bad before you even see it? Yeah, there she was, Cho, Karen's daughter. 16, maybe, if we're being generous, blonde, lip gloss perfect, standing there with her sneakers up on the hood of my car, looking like she just won the lottery for most entitled teenager in America. The windshield was a disaster, a spiderweb of cracks, and the bumper had this gnarly dent, like someone aimed for maximum pain. I shouted, "What the hell are you doing?" And you know what she did? She shrugged, like she'd just knocked over a soda can. She actually says, "Mom says this neighborhood belongs to us. Maybe you should read the HOA handbook more carefully." I just blinked at her, coffee forgotten, words dying in my mouth. Did she just admit to? She just smashed my car, and she's giving me a lecture? I ask her if she's serious, and she goes, "Yep," just like that, like she's explaining the weather. And then, right on cue, she drops, "And now you owe her respect." Respect. I'm not gonna lie, that one almost made me laugh. I mean, sure, let me get right on that. After I bill you 6 figures for the car you just destroyed. I stepped closer, trying to keep my hands from shaking. You owe me a new car, not respect. She just smirks, and it finally hits me. This isn't a prank. This is the Karen family making their move, like it's some kind of HOA Game of Thrones. So what do? I grab my phone. Maybe I'll try calling Karen, see if there's one sane adult in that house. She picks up on the first ring, voice cold enough to make you shiver. "Why are you yelling at my daughter?" she demands. I tell her what happened, try to keep my voice from shaking. But she cuts me off. She didn't smash anything. She just corrected your poor taste in parking. She actually says that. Like I parked my car in the middle of a sandbox and ruined the landscape, or something. I look at my Tesla, cracked, battered, and realize I'm not dealing with rational people. I'm dealing with an HOA queen who thinks she owns the street, and her little princess who's out here, carrying out royal decrees with a crowbar. This isn't going to be about insurance or apologies. This is about war. Karen shows up less than an hour later. Big SUV, sunglasses, heels clicking down the driveway like she's coming to accept an award for Best Neighborhood Tyrant. Her daughter's in the passenger seat, grinning like she just won the state championship for vandalism. Karen barely lets me speak. "Do you see what you've done to my child?" she demands, flipping the script so fast I actually lose my train of thought. "She was teaching you a lesson about respect," she says, staring me down. My car's still steaming from the hit. Respect? She smashed my car. I protest, but Karen waves me off, stepping so close I can smell the lemon disinfectant on her jacket. "I will not tolerate you disrespecting my family," she hisses, then leans in for the kill. "You're going to pay, right?" I ask if insurance is covering it. Karen just laughs. "Oh, sweetheart, I think you misunderstand. She owes you nothing. In fact, you should be paying us for inconveniencing my daughter." I swear, my brain short-circuited. She's dead serious, eyes locked on mine like a cat with a mouse. "Welcome to the neighborhood," she whispers. "My rules, my street, my daughter." She promises this isn't the end. I almost expect her to pull out a crown and start knighting people. The daughter leans out the window, snickering. "Better call your lawyer, old man. You're gonna need him." You ever have that moment where you can literally feel the old you dying and some new, stubborn version of you taking over? That was me. I'm not proud of how much my hands were shaking, but I was done playing nice. That evening, my neighborhood turned into a tension cooker. My Tesla sat under caution tape. Yeah, I actually taped it off, like it was a crime scene. Every neighbor who walked by pretended not to notice, but you could feel them watching. You could feel Karen's eyes everywhere. And then, just to really drive home the point, I catch Karen's daughter later that night, revving her mom's SUV, swerving close to my driveway, tires screaming. I yell after her, and she just laughs. You need to learn your place. Like I'm the one who needs a lesson. Her mom's clapping from the passenger seat like it's a Broadway show. I call my lawyer that night. Good guy? Never rattled. He says, 6 figures isn't a stretch. They've basically admitted liability, but you have to act smart. The HOA has pull. I barely slept, turning it all over in my mind. Reliving every smirk, every insult, picturing that shattered glass, the sneers, the laughter. By morning, my blood pressure was somewhere north of Everest. So I go to the HOA office, and of course, Karen's already there, sitting behind her desk, smile as fake as a $3 bill. Oh, it's you, she says, not even looking up from her phone. Still don't understand the rules, do you? I tell her, as calmly as I can. Your daughter destroyed my property. This ends now. Pay for the damages, or I take it further. She just laughs. Oh, honey, you're just getting started. You think you can intimidate us? She promises to make it unforgettable. And you know what? I actually believe her. The next week is a blur. I'm dealing with insurance, setting up cameras, catching whispers from neighbors. Everybody's got an opinion, but nobody wants to get on Karen's bad side. Every time I step outside, I feel like I'm starring in some HOA reality show. And then, just as I think maybe things are settling down, I'm checking my cameras late one night, and I see her, Karen's daughter, sneaking into my driveway, toolbox in hand. My heart just about jumps out of my chest. She heads straight for my Tesla, again. This isn't about respect. This is about sabotage. I grab my phone, muttering, not tonight. I set up extra lights, cameras, everything short of building a moat. Around midnight, there she is again, hoodie up, gloves on, crowbar gleaming. I'm hiding behind a tree, phone ready to dial. And then, headlights sweep across the yard, her mom's SUV. But this time, Karen's not here to cheer. She's here to get it done herself. I can actually hear her hiss. Do it. That's when I finally dial 911, voice surprisingly steady as I explain. There's someone about to vandalize my property. The cops show up so fast it feels like a movie, red and blue lights bouncing off my shattered windshield. Karen goes pale. Her daughter drops the crowbar like it's made of fire. For the first time, I see fear in their eyes. Not anger, not smugness, actual fear. The police take statements, ask questions. Suddenly, I'm not the crazy neighbor. I'm the guy who finally called their bluff. Next morning, my lawyer calls. They're looking at serious charges. Civil suit's looking good. 6 figures? Completely possible. I stand in my driveway, looking at my poor, battered Tesla. Every dent, every crack, every insult immortalized in steel and glass. Neighbors who used to duck their heads now nod at me in solidarity. Word spreads, Karen's lost her grip. By noon, it's clear, the street isn't hers anymore. As I drive the Tesla to the shop, slow and careful, every bounce reminding me of what it cost, I can't help but smile. Not because I won, but because entitlement, sooner or later, always hits a wall. Karen and her daughter thought they could bulldoze anyone who got in their way. But in the end, it was them who got exposed, humiliated, and finally, held accountable. Me? I got my car fixed, my street back, and, let's be honest, the best story at every HOA meeting from now till forever. Sometimes, you just gotta let karma do her thing, and maybe make sure you're filming when she shows up. Now, if you thought this saga was wild, just wait, there's more where that came from. Drop a comment below, tell me, what would you do if the HOA tried pulling this on you? And hey, smash that subscribe button, because trust me, you do not want to miss the next round of HOA chaos.